Hi everyone, my name's Anna Ellis. I am a senior hearing care professional at Connect Hearing here in Mesa, Arizona. And thanks for joining me today for this live Q&A. I have been helping people hear better for about 25 years. And this summer I will be celebrating my 16th year here at Connect Hearing. So I really enjoy what I do. I love helping people hear better, helping them to hear their families and their friends, and connecting again with everyone. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I love coming to work every day. And I'm looking forward to many more years with Connect Hearing. I look forward to answering your questions today. So feel free to jump in and type your questions in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer as many of them as I can get to, and do my best to answer them as best as I can. I want to start today by mentioning that May is Better Hearing Month. So what is more of a better time than now to get your hearing checked? Here at Connect Hearing, we are open. We have been open since COVID has started, and we are seeing patients now for hearing testing. So if you are comfortable, you can come into our office. We are taking all the necessary precautions and wearing our protective equipment. We all have our masks and goggles and our gloves and coats that we're wearing. We will be calling and doing screenings with all of our clients before they come into the office to make sure that they are healthy before they come in. Our offices are locked, so we are only seeing patients by appointment only, and they will come in by themselves and with only one family member or friend to keep the numbers down. But we can see patients, and we are seeing them for hearing tests now, which is great. And if you're not comfortable coming into the office, we now have online hearing testing. So you can go to connecthearing.com and you can take a hearing test from the safety and comfort of your own home now. So this would just require you to use your earbuds or a headset, and you can take a hearing test from home now. So there's no reason not to take advantage of Better Hearing Month and get your hearing tested. So go out and do it now. Call your local clinic, go to connecthearing.com and schedule that hearing test. Some of the other services that we have been providing and will continue to provide are our curbside services. So if you have hearing aids and need a repair or a cleaning, and you want to come in, call us, aren't comfortable coming into the office, we will come out to your car and get your hearing aids from you, clean them, service them, repair them, and bring them back out to you. So you can sit in your car, listen to your radio, be comfortable in Arizona, nice and cool with your air conditioning, and not have to leave your car. We'll take care of you, bring the hearing aids back out to you. If you need supplies, you can also call us. We'll bring your supplies, batteries, domes, anything that you need for your hearing aid out to your car for you as well. With that being said, we also can ship supplies out to you. If you call us and you need batteries shipped to your home, we can do that for you as well, or any other supplies that you need. We are also now, with our online hearing testing, we have the ability to do door-to-door servicing. If you have had a hearing test with us in the past, we can, and you're ready to buy hearing aids, we can now either door drop the hearing aids to your home or ship them to your home if you're ready to purchase. If you've done an online hearing test with us, we can fit the hearing aids to that hearing test and again door drop them or ship them to your home. And we have telehealth servicing and remote fittings so that we can now have appointments face-to-face with you and find out what hearing aids you need, what issues you're having with your hearing, what kind of activities that you are involved in, where we need to get you to hear better so that we can find the right solution for your hearing needs. And those telehealth services, you just need to have a computer or a tablet or a cell phone, and we can set that appointment up for you to have that face-to-face conversation so that we can get to know each other and find out your lifestyle needs. And then once you get those hearing aids, we now have we've had it for a while, but we're using it a lot more now that coronavirus has been around, but our remote fittings. And so now that we are sending you the hearing aids, we have the ability via a cell phone or a tablet to program those hearing aids from the comfort of your own home and couch. And that is an amazing service to have. We can do a hearing test now through those hearing aids. So when you get those, when you do that online hearing test, it's a basic screening, and we can do something a little bit more extensive through the hearing aids to get some more fine tuning. We can also, once you have them in your ears, make some adjustments to them according to what you're hearing. I've been doing remote fittings for a while now, and my patients really appreciate them. I've had a patient just a few months ago, and he was struggling to understand his television, and so we did a remote fitting from his living room in front of his television set. And this made it a very easy appointment for him. We connected to his hearing aids from his couch, and I was able to make the adjustment while he was sitting there in front of his television set so that he could check and make sure that the adjustments that I made were making what he was hearing from the TV more understandable for him and more clear. That appointment lasted approximately 10 minutes because he could verify everything right away. If we didn't have remote fitting, what we've been doing in the past is a client would come in to see me, tell me the issue that he's having. I would make adjustments for those issues and send him home to check to see if that corrected the problem. If it didn't, that person would have to make another appointment, and we would have to tweak or fine tune his hearing aids some more. And so that can take some time. And so this was a very quick fix for him. He was very happy that it was so fast. It was very easy for him to connect. He just had to hit the button on his telephone. It was like making a phone call to me, and he was very pleased. I have another client who is not so tech savvy, and he was worried about being able to connect remotely, and he does not have a cell phone. And so we connected the app that you need to his wife's cell phone, and she is actually the one who would connect to make his appointments. And they made an appointment. He wanted his hearing aids a little bit louder. And when I called at the appointment time, his wife actually answered the phone. And I was surprised. And I said, "Oh, I'm calling to turn your husband's hearing aids up." And she said, "Oh, he's taking a nap. Is that okay? Can you still turn them up?" And I said, "Well, yeah, that's fine. Is that okay with you?" And she said, "Yeah, not a problem. He had taken a nap with his hearing aids in." So I turned them up. We disconnected. I told her, "Call me if they're too loud or if he needs them turned up more, we can make another appointment. She said, fine. We disconnected, and they were very pleased. And so, I just thought that was a really funny one, that he was taking a nap while I did the remote fitting, but because she was the one that was the techie person in their family, it just made it very easy for her to be able to do that. And he didn't actually need to be actively involved in it. But there's a lot of ways that we can use remote programming, especially here in Arizona. We have a lot of snowbirds for a typical year. And in the summertime, if anybody needs our help, we now have the ability to connect to them when they're not physically here in Arizona and can come into our clinics. So it's a nice tool to have. It's been around for a while, so if you have hearing aids that you've purchased recently, there's the likelihood that we can connect to them, and it's in all of the new hearing aids. So any hearing aids that you purchase from us in the future would have that capability as well. So let's see if there's any questions coming up. Oh, I did have a question earlier that came in from someone that asked, why is it dangerous to have earbuds so loud that my daughter cannot hear me when I scream her name across the room? It's a great question. I don't know how old your daughter is, but I think that this is dangerous for several reasons. One, if your daughter has earbuds in and she can't hear you calling her name, this causes a lot of dangerous scenarios, I think, in my opinion. If she is not in the house, if she's outside, I think that there is some danger, safety reasons, not being able to hear traffic or cars or people on bikes or someone walking up behind her. So I think that that's something that you certainly need to address. From a hearing standpoint, it's also something that's dangerous. Noise-induced hearing loss is a real thing. And the way that noise affects your hearing is based on loudness and length of time that you hear the noise. And so, certainly I use the rule of thumb in my house is if I can hear it and you're wearing it, it's too loud. But if she's wearing it for a long amount of time, it doesn't have to be as loud as you think and still do damage. And it's something that's not doing damage today or tomorrow. It can show up years and years from now. So it's certainly something that I would encourage you to have her turn that down, and maybe not wear them as long during the day. There are also earbuds that you can purchase that have limiting volumes on them to protect your hearing as well. And you can get them at any place that sells earbuds. Why do my hearing aids volume go up very loud by themselves while watching my television? So I'm not sure why all of a sudden your hearing aids would go louder while watching your television. I'm not sure if you're streaming your television through a streaming device or if you just have your hearing aids listening to the TV by themselves. It may have to do with some of the automatic components in the hearing aid. But I would certainly contact your local clinic if you're not using a streaming device and see if there's some adjustments that they can adjust on there to stop that from happening. It may even need a repair. I'm not sure. We did have a question too. Do you offer financing? Yes, we do offer financing. One of the financing companies that we use is Care Credit. We offer several different financing options. Some of them are interest-free, and then we do have longer financing plans that have interest percentages on them. I do know that Care Credit is offering a promo right now through the end of July that if you open a new application and take out a credit line with them, they will give you $100 statement credit. So that is a nice incentive to use them. I know too, right now we are offering 12 months no interest and 18 months no interest. So that's really nice too, especially with everything going on, that you can extend, have a long period of no interest financing for our hearing aids. Let's see if there's any other questions. My filter is closed. So Janet, I see that you're not streaming through your television, but your fitter is closed right now. We are accepting any patients. I know that a lot of places are closed right now, and we do have the ability to adjust and program several different brands of hearing aids. So you can go to, I don't know where you're located, but you can go to connecthearing.com. There is a place that, section that you can go and it says find a provider, and type in your city and state or your zip code and find the closest Connect Hearing to you. And they will be able to try and help you adjust your hearing aids for that problem. My wife complains about buzzing in the ears. She is on some medication. Could that have an effect? Yes. So tinnitus or tinnitus, depending on where you're from, that just means any kind of buzzing or ringing that's in your ears, can certainly be affected by medication. It can also be exacerbated by any stress. I always tell people anything that raises your blood pressure, nicotine, caffeine, alcohol, stress, medications. There are a couple different ways of thinking in how to treat or to handle tinnitus. One of the ways, and my favorite way, is by using a hearing aid. Typically, tinnitus is also secondary to high frequency hearing loss. So by using a hearing aid, you're kind of fixing or helping two problems at once. The idea behind a hearing aid is that you're amplifying or making the environmental sounds louder, and that's going to mask the ringing. It is the most natural way to help with ringing in the ears or buzzing in the ears. The second way is to use some kind of masker, which is, again, just like wearing a hearing aid, and most of the hearing aids that we use have maskers built into them. It is creating a different noise to mask out the ringing or the buzzing that's in your ears. So you're constantly hearing another noise. It's meant to be a more soothing noise than the ringing or the buzzing. And then the third way is some kind of habituation treatment that you would go and see somebody to learn how to habituate to that. And there are very few clinics across the country that have been trained in that to learn how to do that. But I would say the most common treatment for any kind of buzzing or ringing in the ears, if you are bothered so by it, would be wearing some kind of amplification. And what brands do we carry? So we carry several different brands of hearing aids. We can program most brands. Right now, the Marvel hearing aid is the latest and the greatest hearing aid that's out there. It is a Bluetooth hearing aid that is connected to both Android and Apple phones. So it's the most versatile Bluetooth hearing aid on the market. Great sound quality, but we do have other hearing aids as well, but I would say that's my favorite hearing aid right now on the market. I got another question about if we offer trials. And yes, we are still offering trial hearing aids. So if you come into the office, we have the ability to offer our trials, and so you can leave the office and take a hearing aid home and listen to it and see how it works for you in your environment, and come back and let us know about that. If you are doing an online hearing test and aren't able to come into our office, we also have the ability to ship the hearing aids to you or door drop the trials to you so that you can test drive them as well. So we still give you that opportunity to test drive the trials. I have been recommended to get a hearing aid, but I cannot decide between behind the ear or in the ear. What advantage of one over the other? So right now, I would say the most common hearing aid would be what we call our receiver in the canal, which is behind the ear. The advantage to going over the ear, in my opinion, is that it leaves your ear much more open and comfortable. If you have any kind of normal hearing in the lower frequencies, leaving your ear more open is a much more natural sound quality. The more that you put into your ear, like with an in-the-ear hearing aid, and the more normal hearing you have in the lower frequencies, the more it sounds like you talk with your fingers in your ears. And so a lot of times it's just a much more comfortable fit to have your ear more open. We do have in-the-ear products, and they have gotten smaller and smaller to try and combat that finger in the ear, or occlusion is what we call it, kind of feeling. And they have made titanium hearing aids, which are very small and very deep, and that has tried to overcome that occlusion feeling and has done very well with that. And they also have, because they've gotten so deep into the ear, have gotten very powerful, which also was one of the things that the in-the-ear products weren't as powerful either when you got to the smaller sizes. And so with the titanium products, because the titanium casing is so strong, they can make them smaller and stronger, which is really nice. And at that point, then it's just a preference for the patient, I think, on what they're looking for. Hi from Rockford, Illinois. It's nice to, when you come into the office, or if we're sending them out to you, we will only trial our behind the ear products, because in the ear products are only custom fit. So everything that we will demo with you, anything that we will send out on a trial basis, will always be behind the ear. They're very discreet looking too. I would say even more so than the in-the-ear products. They really do hide. There's just a little tiny wire in front of your ear that most people don't even notice. Let's see if there's... My hearing aid seems to get dirtier over the summer. What is the best way to clean them with yard work and sweating? So hearing aids and water certainly don't mix. If you're sweating a lot when you're doing yard work, I certainly would recommend some kind of drying system for the hearing aid, or not wearing them when you're sweating. The latest versions of the hearing aids do have more moisture resistance, but when you do take them out to at the end of the day, we do want to make sure that we are taking a cloth and cleaning them off and wiping all the wax off of them. You should have some kind of brush in your kit to make sure that you're brushing the microphone ports and getting any of the dust out of those ports that would stop the sound from getting into the microphones, and make sure that you're cleaning the receiver, or where the sound port comes out, to make sure any wax that is in your ear is not clogging that up. Again, if you're sweating, or if you live in a place where there's a lot of humidity, you need to make sure that you are getting that moisture out of the hearing aids. So by putting them in some kind of drying kit, we sell what we call dry-in stores or drying cleans here, or you can get the little beads in the container that you can put them in. But anything to help with getting those, getting that moisture off the hearing aid. Just a little bit of moisture on those microphone screens can corrode that screen, and they've done studies that have shown that over the course of a year, just with normal wear and tear, you can lose up to 6 decibels of high frequency hearing. And that's not with extra sweat and extra moisture. That's just normal wear and tear. And so that's just a breakdown of your hearing aid working, and 6 decibels in those high frequencies is a lot of clarity. So you really want to take care of those hearing aids, get that moisture out for sure, so that you can maintain your clarity and your understanding. I know you pay good money for those hearing aids. You want to keep them working as well as you can. And that also goes right into coming in for your routine hearing cleanings with us. I always talk to my patients about making sure that they're coming in every 3 to 4 months to see me. We do a deeper cleaning than you do at home, and it's really important. It's like getting the oil changed on your car. Nobody makes you do that, but it keeps your car running a lot longer. And I think that those are really important appointments to keep with your hearing care professional, to keep your hearing aids in your ears and working and not going off for repair. So clean them every night. Make sure that you're keeping them dry. If you're in any kind of humidity and moisture, it's even more important. See, I don't see any other questions coming in. I'll just wait another second just in case there's any other questions. But while I'm waiting, I just want to remind you, Better Hearing Month is right now. Don't put off getting your hearing tested. ConnectHearing.com. You can test your hearing right online there with just a set of headphones. I'm worried about my mom, who is social distancing and in isolation. She needs hearing aids. She needed hearing aids before the pandemic. Can you talk to me about the microphone? About the importance that the hearing loss. Can you talk to me about the importance that hearing loss is making her even more isolated, and this may have a toll on her mental health? Yes, there's been many studies that hearing loss creates isolation and distance from your family. It is associated with dementia and memory and all of these things. And the sooner that you can get a hearing aid on your ears with hearing loss, the faster you are supplying information to the brain and helping that brain, stimulating that brain for those sounds. It is the thing that you need to do. It helps with understanding and clarity. It then hopefully if you're starting to isolate, you can then start to get reacclimated and join in with the family and the conversations. It's even more important now with this self-isolation, because I think that right now we're in this position of we're not around people as much as we used to be, and we are stuck in the position of having to have phone conversations and Zoom calls and FaceTimes and things like this, and we don't hear as well over the phone as we do in person. And so if we were struggling in person, we probably are really struggling over the phone. And so, I would say, take advantage of our online hearing tests. Find out what's going on. Take advantage of our 2-week test drive. Call connecthearing.com. Set that up. We can send them right to your house and get them on your ears so that she can try it out without obligation and see what it's like. It's a really good opportunity to try it without putting any money out first. That would give her some comfort, I think, to try it and see what it's like. Hi, Moke. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining. I hope I answered all your questions. And Janet has one more question. Earwax is a problem for my husband. Any suggestions? Yes. So they sell over-the-counter earwax softener. The one that I like is Debrox. I would use that to soften the earwax, but it's really important that the kit that you buy has some kind of bulb in it like this so that you can flush the wax out. Make sure that you know that your eardrum is intact. There's no history of holes in the eardrum or surgical ears or anything like that. You haven't had any surgery on the ears, but then you want to fill the bulb up with warm water after you've used those drops a couple of times, and flush that wax out. And once you have that wax out, I would just flush your ears once a month just to maintain keeping the wax out, and then you probably don't have to use those drops again. You can just flush the ears with warm water once a month, and he should be fine. Either that or see the doctor routinely once every 6 months and have your primary care doctor take the wax out. All right, that's it for me. Happy Friday, and stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.